Good afternoon. I'm hanging out in my car because I have social anxiety. And, I just wanted to make a video about what's happening in my life right now. Some cool stuff. I'm currently in San Diego filming a horror film, which is really, really cool. I'm very excited about it. This coming weekend, we're shooting a very cool scene in particular where my tongue gets cut out and then I get shot in the head. I'm way too excited about it. I love special effects, man. But anyway, during the 4 or 5 days that I have off this week, I've been staying at a hostel with a bunch of other travelers, backpackers, near the beach, and it's really cool. Grateful for the experience for sure. I also have autism and crippling anxiety. So I've been nervous about all the socializing that happens, right? I'm in a dorm with like 8 other people who all sleep on bunk beds. I got a top bunk. It's pretty awesome. And we also have privacy curtains, so you can kind of like make a little private space for yourself. So when I'm feeling overstimulated or like I just need some private time, I go in there and I shut the curtain. But sometimes it still is equally overstimulating because there are people moving around in there and there's just a curtain and, theoretically someone could accidentally peel back the curtain at any time and then my space would be invaded and I still have to be quiet and I still have to I feel like I'm just hiding actively from people, which is sometimes equally as exhausting as socializing in the first place. So that's why I'm in my car. I'm having a little car picnic. I had a coffee. I have some Entenmann's donuts that I had, so that's lovely. But yeah, I just want to talk about what it's like staying at a hostel and having that experience as a neurospicy human being. This is something that I could not have done or coped with 5, 6 years ago. And I am proud of myself for that progress and the fact that I can do this now and I can have these experiences that I want to have. I just am also coming to terms with having that experience in my own way. Because sometimes in my head I picture things and the way I want to be able to do things in a very neurotypical social butterfly extroverted way. And then I get kind of like disappointed or kind of just like upset with myself for not being able to do it that way. But I was talking to my therapist on Tuesday and he helped me kind of address those parts of myself and come to terms with the fact that like it's okay if you're not ready to go full sprint in the direction you want to go. Sometimes your brain and body just need you to crawl, and that is equally okay. Every little thing that you accomplish in the direction of something you want to do or experience is a win, no matter how small it may seem or how small your inner critic wants you to think it is. So, we were talking about just like, even just saying hi to someone, that's a win. Being in a room with other people and not having to like run outside and have a panic attack, that's a win. I went back into the hostel later that night and said hello to someone who had just moved into the bunk below me, and it was easy. Like it went fine. I kind of climbed down out of my bunk. I said hi, my name's Colin. He said hello and gave his name, and that was it. Like, it didn't feel like one of those situations where I know I'm supposed to be saying more but then I just leave and it's weird. It was just like that was a short, concise interaction. All parties were satisfied, and I left to go to the bathroom and hide for a second successfully. It was good. I felt good about it. And then later that night, I did something awesome that I didn't expect, or I didn't expect to go so well. I had dinner with everybody. We all met in the kitchen to have Taco Tuesday, and I kind of was nervous, went into the room, saw that there was a table set, but like didn't know if I was supposed to sit there or like if I was supposed to leave room for someone else who wanted to sit there. I don't know. I get worried over like social instructions I don't have the instruction manual for. But it was chill. I kind of just did my thing where I like kind of stand there, kind of approach, I'm like kind of unsure, and then eventually I just kind of sit down, started making basic conversation. I asked, where everybody was from, and somebody said that she was traveling the world basically, doing work exchange at different hostels and like staying in each place for an extended period of time to get to like really take in the environment. So I asked her questions about it. I followed up, and there were awkward silences where I didn't know what to say next. But it wasn't the end of the world. It actually was fine, which is cool. And then we all sat down and with our food and we're just making chit chat. Sometimes I find it easier to be socializing in not a big group, but like 3 or 4 people, because it's not, I don't feel like the weight is on me to keep up the conversation. If there is a silence, it's on all of our parts. And when other people can think of things to say, it's easier because I'm like, okay, cool, great. It's like a saving grace because now I can just like move on to this topic with them. So it was really cool. We talked about life, world politics, just cool experiences. I talked to this guy who worked in the subway tunnels in New York for 30 years. He had good stories, and at first I was a little scared because I'm just scared of people. And older white men have a certain track history of being possibly homophobic, possibly racist. I don't know. But all of those fears were immediately out the window. He was a great guy, super nice, super just like accepting and encouraging, and it was just really cool. And that was it. We stayed there for like 2 hours just hanging out and talking, and then at the end of the interaction I was like, okay, someone got up to leave. Should I leave? I kind of want to leave. I'm like, my battery's low, but I also had a great time. And then it kind of just was like, cool. I just left when some other people left. Basically, the point of this story is I didn't think that doing something like this, just going to a new place, staying with a bunch of people I don't know, and then coping well enough to be able to sit down and have dinner with people and talk to them for that long and feel okay about it and feel good afterwards. Man, I didn't think that that would ever be a thing. You know, when I was a teenager, I could never have imagined myself doing something like that. But now I'm here, and I'm doing it. And even though I'm hiding in my car right now, I don't feel bad about it or like that's a failure of any kind. It actually feels cool. It's just like I'm just existing in the way that I exist, and it's unique, and that's okay. And I don't have to be doing anything any particular way that for some abstract reason my brain wants to think I should be doing things. It's just kind of like it's okay to just really accept what your inner voice is telling you to do, and what makes you overwhelmed and what you really need to be able to cope with that. It's all good. It's fine. I'm not judging myself for it, and other people aren't judging me. They don't even know me. You can just go out, you just leave the hostel, do whatever, and come back. It's not like anybody's gonna be like,
He's suspicious. Why is he leaving, and why don't we ever see him during the day?
nobody cares. And nobody cares if you're a little weird when you're interacting because everybody's new there. In the past, being told that, it's been like,
Yeah, okay, everybody's new, everybody's nervous.
but like, I really don't have the instruction. Like, I really, really struggle in a way that other people don't. I get like jealous and upset about the fact that other people can just like walk into a room and just exist and survive socially and it's fine. And that's an experience that I'll probably never have. But I'm coming to understand as I get older that that's okay. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not like failing at life because it doesn't look neurotypical. I'm actually succeeding at life in my own way. And every little step toward progress, something that allows me to exist in this world a little easier, is such a huge win, man. It's so worth celebrating. Basically, all I wanted to say was if you're seeing this and if you struggle socially and with anxiety and sensory stuff, I understand. I get it. It is so hard. Like, people do not understand how hard it is to just exist sometimes. And I also want you to know that no matter how hard it is at the moment, or how hard it has been in the past, or how hard it probably will continue to be in the future, there are a lot of moments where you're gonna sit there and be like, I actually did great today. I'm actually doing just fine. And it's okay to accept yourself for the way that you are and not the way that you wish you could be, or that society tells you is the right way to be. Because screw that. Who even is society? Who made these rules? Not an autistic person, that's for sure. So, just keep going. Take the time to rest in whatever way works the best for you in that moment. And also, don't be afraid. Don't be caught up in the hopelessness and doom and gloom of,
It will never get better. I will never fit in. I'm always gonna feel crappy about this.
because those times will exist. But sometimes they won't. And everything is a blip, you know? Even when it's hard, it's still just a millisecond in the grand scheme of your life. and it's gonna be okay again. You're gonna kill it. I guess that's all I have to say. Keep being weird, keep living life in your own way, and don't give up, as cheesy as it sounds. It's possible to be happy the way that you actually operate. Alright, have a good day.